Here we'll take a look at our 3.4 to 3.5 quiz review. This will help you obviously study the things that will be on your quiz. I already wrote in the different formulas and answers to the different questions at the beginning here. You can pause it and write these down if you don't have them somewhere else already, which you should. So we have the distance formula, the midpoint formula, a couple things I'll mention as we go through here. The midpoint formula, remember, is just the average of the x's and the average of the y's. I'm telling you that because that hopefully will help you remember that you have to add them there. The other ones are subtract. We have number 3, the slope, rise over run, which is helpful when you're looking at a graph or graphing. And the other one is helpful when you have 2 points. You can plug in the points to help you find the slope of the line. The relationship between parallel lines, the slopes are equal, and perpendicular, the slopes are negative reciprocals, or we also talked about how you flip and change the sign. That means flip the fraction, change the sign. If it was negative, make it positive, and if it was positive, make it negative. Let's go ahead and jump into a couple of these questions here. So number 6, find the distance. So the distance, we're going to use the distance formula, which is up under number 1. So we are going to use this formula and plug in. So we have d equals the square root of x sub 1, so 5, minus x sub 2, so minus negative 2, so be careful with that, plus 0 minus 0 squared. So this one is nice and easy because we got the 0 minus 0, so this will be the square root of 7 squared plus 0. Well, that is the square root of 49, which is 7. Same thing with number 7. We have negative 6 minus negative 5, that's x sub 1, minus x sub 2 squared, again, be careful with those negatives, plus y sub 2, which is y sub 1, minus 7. Negative 6 minus negative 5 is like plus 5, so this is negative 1 squared plus negative 4 squared, and that's going to be equal to the square root of 1 plus 16, so the square root of 17, which is square root of 17, 4.1. So that's approximately equal to 4.1. All right. 8 and 9 are similar. So we got the distance formula again. This time we don't have the points written, but they're right there. So this point, if you want to write, this is negative 5, 3. And the point on this end is 5, 1. So, same thing. Plug it in the distance formula. So x sub 1 minus x sub 2 plus y sub 1 minus y sub 2. So 3 minus 1. So that is going to be negative 5 minus 5 is negative 10 squared. 3 minus 1 is 2 squared. So this is going to be the square root of 100 plus 4, which is the square root of 104. We can put that in our calculator. Also, many of you learned how to simplify this. 4 goes into this, so that's a perfect square. So times 26. So this is 2 root 26. Also, you can, for those of you who don't know how to do that yet, you can take the square root of that, and that is 10.2. Next one. Just more of the same. This point is negative 5, 0. And this point is negative 1, 4. So we do x sub 1, negative 5, minus negative 1 squared, plus 0 minus 4 squared. That's like negative 5 plus 1, so negative 4 squared, plus another negative 4 squared. A negative squared is a positive, so we got 16 plus 16. Square root of 32. Which is approximately equal to 5.7. But, so that's an answer you can put. We also learned to simplify this. 16 actually goes into this. That's a perfect square. So the square root of 16 times the square root of 2, which is equal to 4 root 2. So 5.7, or the exact answer is 4 root 2. Find the midpoint of the line segment with the given endpoints. That's simply using the midpoint formula. I'll write it again here. So we have it. Remember, that is the average of the x's over the average, and the average of the y's. So it's a point, so we're writing it as an ordered pair. And so this midpoint will be the average of the x's, so negative 5 plus negative 4 over 2, and then 9 plus negative 8 over 2. That's negative 9 over 2 and 1 over 2. And we actually can just leave it just like that. If you want to change negative 9 halves into a mixed number, you may. That's negative 4.5. Number 11 is similar. Negative 8 plus 10 over 2, and then 0 plus 2 over 2. Well, negative 8 plus 10 is 2. So we have 2 over 2 and 2 over 2, which is 1, 1.